Hi, I'm ALightNDarkness, your fave undead knight, and since the horror spooky Halloween season is here, I thought I'd talk about some of my fave, disturbing, and unnerving video game tracks, and what makes them so unsettling. So without further ado, let's jump right in. Drowning Doggo, Lost in Vivo. This track takes place in a little indie horror game called Lost in Vivo. It's a Silent Hillish FPS with an emphasis on mental health and overcoming trauma. I'll eventually do a deep dive on this game here in the future. Basically, you lose your doggy down the sewer during a rainstorm and now you have to save him. Just the title alone of Drowning Doggo is disturbing. At a certain point during the main story of this game, you'll head into a research lab, and within that research lab, you will hear this track. This one definitely has some Silent Hill vibes, without a doubt. A very ominous track that really gives the feel that you're stuck at the bottom of the ocean. These loud, underwater, muffled sounds ring out. It really does invoke the feeling of drowning. Later on, the track makes what sounds like some sort of underwater entity that's making some violent, almost alien-like noise, kind of like a scream. This sound hits hard because of my fear of the deep water. Now, I don't know if I have thalassophobia exactly, but it can't be too far off. Don't even remind me about Subnautica. That is probably the scariest game I've ever played, ever, if I'm being honest. But back to Lost in Vivo. This game has so many eerie and disturbing songs. It was really hard for me to pick one, but this to me is a big standout one. But regardless, I really recommend you try this game out if you have not. Fear and Hunger, Mahab Streets. Fear and Hunger holds a dear place in my deep, dead, cold heart. I found out about this game like a year ago and holy shit, I had no idea what I was getting into. It's such a dark, creepy game with major Berserk vibes. I mean, I don't want to get in too deep since I'm working on a video on the subject and it's being worked on as we speak. But there's just so much to say about this game. I could be here for hours. The music in the game really brings a dark, depraved dungeons of Fear and Hunger to life. So many tracks I could have picked for this game, but one that really makes me uneasy is Mahab Streets. It's so unnerving. When you first get to this location, you have no idea what is in store for you. Apparently, this is a place that is meant to be sealed away. No one should be entering here, and hasn't entered here for a very long time. The creatures you find down here are insane. The Harvest Man, the Scarabs, and the Lord of Hell's Kitchen himself. You were not meant to be here without a doubt. The fear of the unknown really permeates through this game, and this song really intensifies those feelings. The beginning of this song sounds like a calming lullaby, but yet something's wrong. It has this eeriness to it. It reminds me of something like a broken music box, but as the melody plays, you get this weird rewind sound effect. Which really is an amazing touch when you think about the time mechanic that is in place in this area. You kind of go back in time and see how it was in Mahab, how it was in the past. Not to mention there's also a dream sequence where you go into the past to Rondon, seeing a sort of origin why all the characters you can play as are on their way to the dungeons and what made them take this dark, dangerous trek. to a place of unknown horrors. As the track pushes forward, we also hear these whispers, very ominous, almost feels like an evil chant, something they were really not supposed to hear or not be involved in. I don't know, this song just really creeps me out. I just can't get past it. And that's how you know it's a real good one. Fear and Hunger is such an amazing game. Amazing lore, amazing atmosphere, in a dark, creepy setting that has really made me scared at multiple times playing this game. The music is just so good. There's just no tracks like it. It's insane. This game has become one of my new favorite series. I love Fear and Hunger. I'm also playing through Fear and Hunger 2 Termia as we speak, and it is just as good, if not better. Like I said, I'm just trying to see how far I can get. I'm gonna have to restart regardless. Are you fucking kidding me, dude? Two amazing games that I highly recommend. They do have a lot of touching subjects, I will say, but if you can look past that, you got yourself some certified bangers on your hands. Not safe. Off. One morning, I was half awake and I somehow stumbled upon this song. This song creeped me out so much. And as you can see in this little picture I found, this creature, it's like a demon morphed baby. I don't even understand. It creeped me the hell out. I had never heard of this game off before, so I was intrigued. I surely thought this was an RPG Maker horror game of some sorts, but it's not. It's some strange RPG about a baseball player? Definitely seems to be inspired by Earthbound, but the creator says it was only a coincidence. Very strange looking game. For this game, I definitely had to do some research because I had no idea what off was. And Wikipedia didn't really explain good, so I wound up watching a YouTube vid, whole gameplay, and played through the whole game. And I still have no idea what is going on in this game. I kind of get a little gist of it, but it seems there's a lot of like hidden meaning. But yeah, apparently you're purifying these worlds, and whenever you go back to one that you had beat in the past, you get into a fight with these baby mutant things. They're called secretaries. I mean, imagine if this was your secretary at your job. That would be very disturbing. Also, as I was looking on a fan wiki about these creatures, apparently they're in little luchador outfits. There's different versions of them. I'll throw them on the screen right now. But like, what is this game? What is this? What the hell? Well, alright then. Okay, so when you get into battle with these weird little demonic luchador babies, you will hear this song. Weird chiming, cryptic whispering, real unsettling stuff. The whispering kind of reminds me of the Streets of Mahab. Then at this one point, you will hear this pounding on the door like someone's knocking, trying to get in. And then a kind of high-pitched yell in the distance. And according to this YouTube comment I found, they were saying, it's saying not safe or help me in French. People can't seem to agree on which one, so I'm unsure which one it is. I couldn't find any definitive answer. But regardless, that kind of makes sense with the title of the song. But what's the reason for this? Why is there people pounding saying they're not safe? And why are these little babies left after you purify our world? That's the real thing, the real question that's confusing me. Are these like demons? Are you really purifying these worlds, or are you making them worse off? It's very strange. It just makes this song that bit more creepy and unsettling. Pink Panther, Camp Chili Wawa Day 4. Okay. With a strange name like that, you know it's gonna be good. As the title suggests, this is from a Pink Panther game. I did not expect to find any songs on this list in a Pink Panther game, but yet here we are. Let me give you a little backstory. This comes from a Pink Panther game known as Passport to Peril. It's apparently an educational PC adventure game about visiting all these different countries. It was released on Halloween 1996. What are the chances of that? I had never heard of this game in my life, but I really didn't get into PC gaming till 2018, give or take. I mostly was on consoles growing up, so that could be the reason why it slipped past me. Plus, I feel as a kid, as soon as I were seeing an educational game, I would have been out of there. I still remember as a kid going to Blockbuster and renting Mario's Missing, thinking it would have been a great adventure to play as Luigi. I saw a city on the back, I saw him riding the Yoshi, I saw a little map of the world. I said, this is gonna be good. Then I figure out there's nothing to do in the cities. You're walking around answering questions about ancient Rome and Confucius's teachings. The disappointment was immeasurable. And don't even get me started on Mario's time machine. I mean, what a cool concept that sounds like, Mario in a time machine. Anyway, let's get back to the game at hand. From everything I could gather, this track only plays at one spot for a very short amount of time. But the time that it does play has really left its mark on people. I saw all these different comments about people being around 6, 7, 8 years old and says they still remember the song. It scared the fuck out of them. Why is it so traumatizing, you ask? Well, take a listen to this. What in the Silent Hill / Manhunt is going on here? Putting this song in a children's game is diabolical. This is insane. I couldn't believe that this song was from this game. I mean, as I'm recording this video, I'm still looking over my shoulder listening to this song. What the hell? It's like some sort of dimensional rift is ripping open through the sky. You get this static white noise in the background, and some of these sounds just sound like wailing souls. This is actually a really creepy song. Through all my research, I could not find any other moment like this in the game. So I guess just someone wanted to make a horrific song, and they did that. And maybe they traumatized a few kids along the way, but hey, that's just how a masterpiece gets made. Doom 64, Altar of Pain. This is a track that plays on map 12, Altar of Pain, on Doom 64. Many refer to this track by the name of Altar of Pain, but its actual name is Lamentation of the Forgotten. That is such a metal name. Lamentation? Where have I heard that before?
Crush your enemies, see them driven before you, and hear the lamentation of their women.
Oh yeah, that's right. Well, this may not be the spookiest song on the list, but it definitely has its moments. Like I was mentioning earlier, the track goes by Altar of Pain, because Lamentation of the Forgotten was originally on the PS1 Doom. But when they put this track over on Doom 64, they made it at a lower pitch as to give it a darker vibe for Doom 64. If you listen closely, you can hear the differences here. kind of subtle, but you definitely can tell a difference. It starts off with some dark ambient music. Then as a little time passes, you start to hear these wails like going, Wait a second, why does this sound like that one part from Bring the Noise? Further through the song, you hear it more, and it's babies crying. That definitely makes the song that much more eerie. I mean, I guess the murdered even couldn't find a babysitter. My first time playing this level and hearing this song really did have an effect on me, because it was my first time playing Doom 64. And I didn't know that souls flying around, babies crying, or if that was just like the noise of some new demon or something. Regardless, it builds up that dark atmosphere as you're in the pits of hell. I just love Doom 64 so much. This song really builds the tension in a game, so I thought it would go perfect on this list. Hell, it's one of my fave Dooms. And you just can't deny that Doom guy N64 drip. One of my favorite outfits. Sonic CD. Hidden Message. Okay, this one is a classic, although a horrific one. I think almost everyone knows about this, and we're not breaking any new ground by bringing it up. But this has traumatized many a child, including me when I was younger. See, Sonic CD, it's just a Sonic game, and what do you think about Sonic game? You think about the colorful graphics, the upbeat music, and just fun gameplay. I mean, as a kid growing up, some of the most nostalgic memories I've ever had is just playing Mario and Sonic with my brothers. It's just a feel-good, serotonin kind of games, you know? The comfort food of games, if you will. And knowing that, I think just makes this all the more creepier and traumatizing whenever you stumble upon this. The research for this entry has been crazy. I've gotten so many different things saying so much different stuff, so I'm trying to figure out what's true and what's not. It's like that game in school where you would keep whispering something to each other and it would get just changed more and more and more. That's basically what this is. I heard pirating the game can make all this stuff happen, you know, the infamous picture and music, but I didn't see any like confirmation of this anywhere. If y'all for sure know, drop it down in the comments below and just let me know so we can figure out this mystery. Anyway, you go to the sound test and you enter in the code FM46, PCM12, and DA25. I feel like I just said the magic words to summon this demonic Sonic right in my face right now. I'm getting kind of nervous, I ain't gonna lie. Anyway, after entering this, the screen fades to white and you get this horrible Sonic coming up with this creepy ass music and for very disturbing ha 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 ha. Like, why the hell did you combine that laugh with this picture? That is absolutely ridiculous, okay? That's too much, alright? But then a message comes up. And I've heard different things. People say it says fun is infinite, and people say it says infinite fun. I mean, it's both the same message, basically. But I'm dying right now because if you type this in Google, look what it says. It says the message is, fun is infinite with the devil. Holy shit. I think it's saying this because it says Infinite Fun Sega Enterprises Majin Picture, and it's like it gets translated to Majin, which basically means like demon or devil, so I guess it makes sense. This is like an AI powered thing on Google, like that's why you don't listen to AI, alright? Anyway, just take a little listen to this song if you haven't heard it before. Despite what you hear and see, this wasn't supposed to happen. The song that's supposed to play in the spot is the boss theme, and the US boss theme is something else. It's that creepy song that we're hearing right now. But the Japanese boss theme is very different, way more lighthearted, kind of a funky kind of song. It's nice. Highly advise you to go listen to it if you haven't. Here's a little peek of what that sounds like. So now you can definitely tell that this wasn't really meant to happen, but just all the things mixed together to make one horrific little scene. This is definitely an infamous, like, spooky video game thing, so I just had to drop it in here. Disturbing and unnerving, it definitely is. Fun is infinite, but so are my nightmares. Sadly, this is where the journey ends. Thank you so much everyone for tuning in today. This is my first time doing some long form content. I really did enjoy it. I'm still working new in this YouTube stuff, so I'll keep the quality up and try to get a little better. Thank you for tuning in. If you have any recommendations for songs that fit these kind of vibes, scary, disturbing, drop them down below and I may do a part 2. I hope you like it. I'm a light, undead night, and I'll check you out next time. Thank you so much, and I'll see you around.